Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is your host from another coast. It is TFH or Todd, or however you like to go about it, depending on what year you came to this game. But enough about me. Tonight, we have Lords of War versus Ember. I believe both of these teams are a silver matchup, so it's always really cool. Matchups of the same. Really quickly going over the bans and whatnot. Pull up my information here. Here we go. Lords of War. They will be banning today Downfall. And Ember on the other side will be banning Subway. And for our first map, we shall have Bazaar. And really quickly we go over this on our starting lineup for today. For map 1, we have Call Me Fitz, Lumpy, Gunrama, Dr. Aquafighter, and Esco27. On the Ember side of the story, we have Lightshaper, Hailfire, Milkman, Creepy Quokka, and SliderCon. Hopefully we will have the action coming to you very, very shortly here. And our first objective will be the ice cream truck objective. I really like this objective, mainly because I remember being the first objective that I actually was able to get a cap on in League. So naturally I have a positive bias, but from a caster standpoint, there's always some very interesting routes that come out of this very specific placement, if I can use that word. It'd be very interesting seeing two very aggressive teams, or two teams that play very smart and play the game of intelligence as well. Both like to do their research beforehand. Both teams have been casted. It'd be interesting to see what kind of changes we see in their tactics, or how they go about, knowing that both teams have actually probably did a bit of a read up on each other. All 10 members of both teams are here, so I'm just seeing what's up. We are already 6 minutes behind schedule, even though I asked for 2 because I started the cast just a wee bit late. And the beeps are finally going off, and we will go underway. Lords of War versus Ember. And immediately some cheeky banter about Dr. Aquafighter's name. And we're going to see an extreme spread on Ember. Matter of fact, let's just take a look at the map really quick. Actually, screw that. There's already some shots going off. Esco finds Hailfire right off the get-go. Does not finish him off. Hailfire will provide those cheeky callouts as... Whoop. Good call. It's coming from Hailfire. Just want to listen to that as the play stops, as Lords have halted their advance with 4 members here. Gunrama taking some shots, trying to shoot through the pallets. It's actually, ooh, it's a very nice angle nonetheless.
There's one on the other side of me. There's one on the other side of the street calling out.
Oh, and Quokka! Oh my goodness! Quokka and the nice nade that I was not able to catch on camera. But my goodness! Lords of War have been shut down by 2 members with 1 nade. And Quokka's in a pretty exposed spot. Gunrama has kind of been forced off canter here, but Esco will make quick work of that. And Lords of War can continue. Esco finishes off Hailfire. There'll be no more callouts that are so crucial to nade placement. Let's see what the 3rd member of the Lords are doing. Because they could be Royals. That's a Lord reference.
Away from the front of
The wrong Lord. The Lords himself is going solo, but he will have reinforcement coming up from his backside. 3-on-3 action.
Oculus Rift sucks.
Yes, it does. No, it doesn't. It's okay. What you saying, man? Are you paid? Are you paid by HTC to be saying that kind of stuff, man? Oculus are the ones that fund our live events. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Bit of a slowdown in play as Gunrama is kind of peeking around a corner here, trying to see what he can see, but no one will be there to greet him at the door. Using that amazing form when it comes to crouch walking. Like, look at that. He like dislocates his leg and just uses it as a wheel. Amazing form coming out of the Lords of War when it comes to walking. As we wait for the action to pick up, let's go kind of take a quick peek at where Ember are hanging out. We got a light shaper up there. Lords have actually, if we take another quick peek on our map, they have completely rerouted their plans and are now opting to focus their attack onto the other side of the map where Ember is still strong. A nade comes out. But still nothing happened. Oh, and Milkman is able to catch Gunrama, bringing it down to a 2v3. It is up to Esco and Fitz to see if they can nab the first round. But right now, it's not looking A1 for them. Especially since Lords of War have that, I'm sorry, since Ember has that man advantage. Now, if we really think about it, if Lords can peek and get the pick on both of these members of Ember right here, if Milkman doesn't put his butt through the wall, Lords can cap. A nade goes out, but it will not find Fitz. Esco's just waiting for Milkman to peek his little head up there. But I think Milkman hears Esco, yeah, he's waiting for that pick, but no, he's looking in the wrong direction. Both members of Lords of War are on objective. One gets shut down by SliderCon. SliderCon tries to go for the refrag, but it doesn't work. SliderCon shuts it down, and Ember will take the first point. Looking really good for Lords of War there. They just didn't check the one place where there usually is an enemy. Not gonna lie. They could have had the cap if Lightshaper did not know to rotate. Now, Ember are consistently pretty strong at this map. Matter of fact, I do believe Hailfire himself said that this is one of his favorite maps. But now Lords of War will get to defend the ice cream truck now, and you can see if Ember can reciprocate and get 2 wins off the bat. Alrighty. We have Aqua Fighter on object and a massive spread coming out of the Lords, but and a very hard push to one side coming out of Ember. Same side, in the matter of fact. Esco finds Hellfire right off the bat. It's just not his day. And Lumpy takes down SliderCon as well. We'll see him face off Lightshaper, one of Ember's newest recruits in respects to the season. But there's only 2 members of Ember left. 1 now. And that man is straight up over here. Creepy Quokka making his way to the objective in a relatively blind spot as of right now. We could see the push come out of Lumpy and maybe be able to shut this down if he's able to flank Quokka just right. But first things first, he's got to make sure that he gets it quiet enough that Aqua doesn't call it out. Aqua is looking that way, and Quokka is snap turning that way. But he's not looking the right way. Up. And it doesn't work. Aqua shuts it down, and Lords of War will go up 1 point as well. Lords of War have just shown that they can defend extremely well and extremely effectively. It'd be something that Ember will have to think about later on. And Ember probably should, if Lords of War are going to spread more out like that, Ember should probably focus on a more direct approach to the objective. Force them all to have to rotate. If you can take down the person on objective, people are going to lose their crap and put themselves out in very exposed positions in order to prevent caps. We'll be hopping in here really shortly back into the action. 2 minutes is up. Both teams are using the fullest amount of their timer. And our next objective will be the Kaya building. Alright, from what I'm hearing, it looks like Hellfire's team is strictly doing places where they have not been casted before. We will be seeing... Ooh, Slider getting brave. Might. Shots immediately coming out, and they're not finding anybody. I don't know if he really sees anybody, or if that's pre-fire. Whatever it is, no one really took a hit there. Now Esco is trying to peek that crack. As the other members of Lords of War try to complete full right-sided flank. This way they could force the man out who's on the other end to force a rotation. Or, while he does that, maybe get a cap. Excuse me, almost hiccup there. Lumpy with the random acts of pre-fire. I guess it's just trying to give them something to think about. And now he goes for very extreme rotation. I think he just got caught out. And Hailfire is looking to punish right here, right now. If he peeks around this corner just right. And he will. And dodge just in time before Esco could really do anything about it. Call me Fitz will find Lightshaber, bringing it down to a 4v4. And Fitz, or Gunrama, I should say, is on that rooftop there. Might be able to might get caught up by Kolka. More Slider is right there also to add more to the equation, and they will duel it out. They trade actually, but Gunrama might have to do a rotation here, at least pretty quietly. Or not get seen, but Gunrama does get the revive off, giving Lords of War a single man advantage. And Quokka will get Fitz from the top. Really expert maneuver there. Oh man, I don't know how long I can stick with that. Gunrama finds Milkman. And Hailfire gets the re on Gunrama. And Quokka looking to do some pretty extreme stuff here. Hailfire's probably radiated out Aqua's position right now. So Quokka's looking to punish on that. Aqua's opted for a different approach. I don't know. I do not know if she was hurt at all. The Lords of War are getting spread far and thin, while Ember is able to concentrate what remains of their forces. You can see here really briefly, we have another guy trying to go around on the flank here. It could work really well for them or not. Go either way really quickly here. Just depends on how quickly Quokka can fix stuff here. Aqua is able to find Hailfire, and that puts Quokka in a really tough position here, because he is very far off of objective. There is a flanker about to come around. He could potentially come in and cap. He needs to take care of Dr. Aquafighter really quickly here. She might have just seen him, but it doesn't matter. Aqua will win that battle and get Lords of War their second point. Esco and Quokka are clearly the shining ones on this map so far. Definitely showing how it's done. Next up, it will be Ember's turn to attack this objective. This objective can go really wrong really fast because there are essentially 4 capping spots on it. Now you got both rooms on upstairs, both rooms on downstairs. And with only 5 people to defend it, that can get really tough really quick. But now it's time for the Lords of War, and they seem to have stuff under control. Let's see if how well they can take map 1 here. Very interesting C4 placement coming out here. It isn't a hard to reach spot, so you have to shoot it down if you want to take care of it. And once again, we are seeing a very spread out approach to this defense on both sides. Fire using non-verbal commands or sign language to his buddy Milkman. He will have company. Just not exactly here as Call Me Fitz decides to defend off of objective. Hailfire immediately finds Lumpy. He's not able to get that full down though, so the res can come out. SliderCon, on the other hand, is able to find Esco. who is on objective. But both sides have kind of given away their groupings and approach, and we do know that Ember likes to kind of roll in groups of 2 and 3. Very tight groups nonetheless as well. Milkman, ooh, trades with Call Me Fitz. Milkman getting the advantageous injury there, and is able to restore their 5-person command over the 2 remaining mobile people of the Lords. Gunrama will go down as well. Ember are kicking the car into gear as only Dr. Aquafighter, who is pretty far off of objective, is left to defend. She's in a good spot to shut down lanes, but anything coming from the north she cannot see. Let alone see where her C4 is placed at, and no one is really there to call it out. Quokka has just gotten by, and she needs to rotate right now. Quokka is capping. Lumpy hasn't seen it. Oh no, Ember might take the lead here. If Quokka can get that coded quick enough. And there we go. Ember go up 2 points to the Lords of War. Definitely not a good situation when you had the lead. Not optimal. Good job for Ember knowing exactly what to do in that situation. To approach silently, come silent, come deep, per se. And be able to snag the lead back. Our next objective will be the West Market. Probably one of my favorite ones on this map. So many ways to approach this objective. And we're about to see them all right now as we hop back into the action. For round 5. We will have quick spawn right off the bat here. Let's put the camera right where the action is going to be. Lords are actually not going to use the full advantage of just rushing to the objective, surprisingly. Some early skirmishes happening along the backside. As the Lords just trying to find good spots midway, kind of give Ember a bit more room to operate. They're going to rely on that support fire from Esco. I believe Fitz carries one as well, but Lumpy currently has the most advantageous spot. But currently, from his point of view, that is not his point of view. That's his point of view. He doesn't currently see anybody. Not a problem because he's just waiting for the rotations to come out. Ember have only lost one member though. They are still very strong on this defense. And we've seen them take this kind of stuff back. They have a very incredibly spread out defense, as well as Hailfire is able to find Gunrama and tie it back up manpower wise. 4-4. And now the Lords of War have to put out manpower themselves in order to take down this threat, which they don't really know anymore where it is. Matter of fact, they ran right past it. We're going to keep tabs on that little battle. Oh, Hailfire catches out another one. Lumpy goes down. He's still resable and able to call people out. Probably actually giving really good callouts to Esco as to his whereabouts. Hailfire calls out the flanker. And a nice dodge. Oh, Hailfire's getting tricky. Esco does not know where Hailfire is, and Hailfire will win that battle. Lords of War go down yet another man. Ember go down one as two. I wasn't watching that clicker. I was trying to follow the action. A nade goes out from Fitz. A little too much hot sauce and lands in a nice little balcony where it can't hurt anybody. More shots. Hailfire finds Fitz now. Hailfire's just cleaning up. We'll go take a look at that scoreboard shortly after, but Lords of War are only down to one mobile person, and that person's actually going for the res. Aqua using her doctorate degree in psychology to res Lumpy, because psychologists clearly know complex impact wound procedures, but I know what I'm talking about. And so does she. She's a doctor. Hailfire is just roaming all over the map now, which can be pretty dangerous. It is effectively a 2v2 for the battle on objective until Hailfire can get close enough, quick enough. Both members will start their approach right now, and if they're not careful, they might just get caught out by Hailfire right off the bat. Lumpy goes down. Dr. Aquafighter is the only one left. Hailfire gets the rotation in, but is not quick enough. He still is able to call out exactly. Well, he knows Aqua's general vicinity from where he's at. He doesn't know the specifics. Aqua's making her approach now. She's going to try to peek that window. Or not. No, she's not. She's just going to try to go for it. Milkman is the last line of defense here, along with Lightshaper. But if Milkman plays his cards just right here, and it looks like he is, he might be able to secure this map for Ember. Ooh, hold that angle, buddy. Remember, Aqua might see Lightshaper first. Oh, that is the worst time to be looking around, bud. And Ember take map 1 against the Lords of War in a pretty stunning 2-4 victory. All thanks to the help of a very nice cap. Well, I promised you scores. I promised you scores. What am I doing? Hailfire with 6 kills carries the team to victory. One person will be getting subbed out from Ember. And about to figure out what map 2 will be. This will be Ember's choice, so Hailfire is obviously putting someone more qualified for the map that's in his mind, and he usually has kind of like a vision for how he wants games to go from interviews that he's done and times that I've talked to him, at least. He's a military man himself, and so he likes to kind of have control over his team and control over a situation. So he runs a very strict but fun-loving team, put it that way, which is a very fine balance, if I may say so myself, being a captain and all. Our next map will be Quarantine. We have not crashed the stream, which is good. Gonna have that now. It's a bit of a superstition on my part. If I mess with the casting deck while Quarantine loads in, everything crashes. So apologize for the little bit of latency there. It's just very superstitious. Yeah. And now we're gonna get demonetized. Thank you, Stevie Wonder. For those of you just signing in, literally seconds ago, Ember took map 1 against the Lords of War. We are now moving on to Quarantine as our second map, and our first objective will be, drum roll please, the truck objective. We do have full rosters on both sides. Ember has not brought anyone new in, even though I said so, but SliderCon has rejoined. At least I think it's SliderCon. Ember has traded Quokka for the newest version, which is the creepy Quokka, the Halloween edition. With extra spooky powers, like the ability to fly around and say boo, and I guess do call outs while ghosting. I wasn't really keeping track of this stuff. I'm not a big fan of the pay to win limited edition stuff, so Hailfire wants to play Onward that way, he can. We are still waiting for the rounds to start. I do not know if there's timeout going on. My source is not giving me information. I'm gonna have to find a new one. Oh, there we go. Y'all can hear that. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. It is playtime. Round 1, map 2.
Man.
Fitz trying to pull a prank on his team, I guess. Faking a glitch, I would imagine. See what the Ember boys are doing. As the creepy Cloaca makes his way onto the objective. Muhaha. Crepe. Maybe it's French. Crepe. Crepe. I don't know how the Y gets pronounced in French. I took 2 years of French and none of it is helping right now. Well, I moved on to American Sign Language. One member on roof, but Fitz is not in the right place for Quokka to make any work with or get called out from by Fitz. Shots immediately coming out on along the backside. Gunrama. I don't know if he got spooked.
Quick moving, I missed.
I think he got spooked by something, but less spookily, the Quokka himself.
Give me up quick, quick, stay low, stay low.
Esco gets revived by Dr. Aquafighter.
The doctor is here to service.
West side, two west side, one
Yep.
west side corridor. If you get on top of a roof and you look to your right, he should be in that corridor area, coming around towards that white car.
The doctor is here to service. What a doc.
I needed B next to you.
Dr. Aquafighter. But the Quokka, who is creeping around, probably hears what's going, the shenanigans going along that front side. Lumpy able to find SliderCon along the rooftop, I do believe. Gunrama finds Milkman and Lightshaper. It is all up to Quokka, who does find Gunrama but cannot get the refrag on Aqua. It's good to have a medic on your team, especially when she actually does have her legit doctor's degree. Which is very methodical. Yeah, methodical about it. I almost said methodical. That's wrong. Not how you say words. It's not. I'm a professional word sayer, for Pete's sake. This is my job! My job is also to keep you entertained. Speaking of which... give them the point. Take a quick gander into the chat if I have enough time. Nah, we'll just save it for the next round. See who's here and what not. Ooh, and I will not have enough time to take a peek into the chat, but that's okay. I do believe Ember is like training Light Shaper, if I remember correctly. Ember are very welcoming team for new players. Even though they are a relatively high ranked team, they're not afraid to take someone on board and kind of teach them the ropes in the deep end. Oh, I'm stuck in the power line. That's not a place you want to be in real life. Just killed the entire chat with electrocution, man. It's not good. That doesn't look good on myself. Not professional, you know? It's good to see what the lords are up to. Lighthearted moments. I honestly couldn't hear what Esco was saying. I imagine y'all couldn't either. Need to up that.
What's his ass from the Trailer Park Boys right now?
They are talking movies. That is what they're talking about. Having a time of it. I can hear them halfway across the map. Y'all need to chill out. This is professional league play here. Fitz is going in there to straighten things out. Delinquent team. Never mind. He's not going to straighten anything out. He's just going to join in the nonsense. Hellfire able to find gunner ammo along the hoot. No, he's actually by the jet engine right over there. A good call out from Aqua calling out it's a turbine, but it's a jet engine. The turbine engine. So I guess it's right.
Yeah, there's enemy near the turbine on the north side.
Which turbine?
The north side of the street.
Hellfire actually chooses to go around, but SliderCon will find Lumpy
West.
along the west side, as he said. I don't know why that word escaped me.
They're hugging the walls, Hellfire.
Lumpy is still up and is able to call out positioning relatively effectively, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see some form of a...
Don't stand up.
Don't stand up comes out in order to protect the doctor's life from getting a random act of a lobotomy from some lead. But now Hailfire knows that he can potentially flank the entire team if he's smart about this. He does find Call Me Fitz. Where'd my lasers go? There they are. I need those. They are hunting me. Esco is able to revive Lumpy, giving them at least one person back. Now we are in a 3v5. He does make the rotation. Can he make it? No, he's not able to. Aqua's able to get that. If only he ducked down, he might have been able to make that. But he is able to give out crucial callouts unless someone actually does. Like, he can see all this action that's happening along the street side right now from where he's at. And so I would imagine Ember is very aware of this. And the fact that Esco's by, or I'm sorry, Hellfire did not see that. I thought he was in the street. Nade going out. Does not find purchase. Light Shaper can live another day. SliderCon is able to find Esco. Only a downage once again. And he is not ready for Lumpy and Aqua, but will Light Shaper be able to connect here? Yes, he will. And Aqua, the resident doctor, will get the revive on Esco, living up to her name. Even though she's a clinical psychologist, she only deals with mental issues. Light Shaper finds Doctor, but Esco gets the refrag, but that is no matter. Creepy Quokka will find Esco and give Ember a point of their own. We are seeing pretty good performance from all around on the Lords of War and Ember. There's no one really definitively carrying the team. I believe I attributed that. Yep. Yeah, I did. There we go. Now our next objective will be one of my favorites. It will be the gas station objective. It's not south, Fitz. It is not. No, Fitz, calm down. It's not south. He cannot hear me. It's funny to talk to him anyways because he's insane. Checking in on the north approach. Already seeing some pretty expeditious pushes coming out of Ember. Not careful enough, might get caught up by Esco or Aquafighter, the tag team to be. Gun thinks he sees something. I think he got spooked again.
God damn it.
Gun is on his toes here, waiting for some action, and he's willing to shoot at anything that move. So I'm surprised he hasn't shot a teammate. Quokka is just inching his way forward. Esco has not seen him at all. Taking out this burning building is so crucial to this objective. It basically is like a gateway for the rest of the team to be able to mobilize and get through. I think Aqua does know where Quokka is. She might have heard him. Quokka's not. I don't think you can see Aqua through that rock. But whoa, that scared me. Aqua is able to find Quokka as she peeks through. At least gives away Aqua's position. But oh man. Waiting for the rest of Ember, who's making a very incredibly slow approach. It's actually a lot slower than I normally see Ember play. Gunrammer finds Hailfire. And he finds Milkman as well. A very nice double. Ember only brought down to 2 members when no one has even touched the Lords of War just yet. Slider almost...
Last one is rooftop courtyard.
Oh, Lightshaper gets a nice pick on Gunrama and is able to get the res, making... Ooh, SliderCon goes down. They know that their kill counts are now completely off. Only 1 member remains, and that is Lightshaper. Aquafighter is right there, but they trade. He had the right idea, he just wasn't able to execute it just right. Esco was kind of watching. Well, this was like one of those fight movies where everyone's like slaves to each other, and Esco's the ringleader and the leader of the world. Just some weird thing like that. Yeah. Watching Aqua and Lightshaper fight it to the death. Now we are seeing a distinct Volk advantage with these teams, so Ember might be able to pick up themselves on yet another point. Be able to keep themselves in this game. have a mirroring spawn for Marsoc, both coming from the north truck side. We will also see similar layouts coming in from Ember as well, as I fly us into yet another power line. In fact, Quokka is actually going to put himself out much further. Finding Nemo references coming out of Esco. P. Sherman, 42 Wally Boy, Sydney.
I think you can now.
If they fix that, I'll be so mad. Because I just put all my faith in it. Well, I made it.
Fitz's optimism coming out as the smoke goes out near the news. As Milkman Quokka still hold their positions. One member, SliderCon. All the defense from Gunrama, but Slider's actually in a pretty good spot. He has to wait for Gunrama to actually come to him, and he might have a better chance. Ooh, but that rotation though might expose him way too much. But Gun is taking his sweet time. Maybe not for long. Slider is not looking in the right spot. Neither. Oh, I'm sorry. There's a giant hill there, and I did not notice that. Slider looks like he's walking very slowly back. Right as Gunrama peaks. Luck is a huge part of this game. And SliderCon is a very lucky man, but what is not lucky is that there isn't much coverage on objective itself, and someone got within throwing range. So the rotation will come out of SliderCon, thus kind of collapsing this western front, which is now all quiet if you're a Eric Remark fan. Quokka finds Fitz, and the action begins. But Lumpy has already made it past Quokka. And now he's searching for Quokka instead of devoting time to the objective. Only 2 minutes remain. With a 4v5 still going on. And most of Lords of War haven't even made it, or half of them I should say now, haven't even made it across the street. Lightshaber might have some company from Gunrama coming soon enough. If he can make it to the objective on time. Lumpy gets taken down by Milkman, who's in that burning building. And Hailfire takes down Dr. Aquafighter as well. Lords of War are feeling the pressure, and they are not responding very well to it. Just check on this guy. A non-Gunrama. Making his way up very slowly, but he only has a minute left. It's now or never for him and the other member. We're not even gonna bother flying to, but it's Esco 27. He is very far off. He does find Light Shaper, and SliderCon is able to get that refrag. Now it is up to Esco, who within 30 seconds has to make a mad dash to the objective. I think Lords of War slowed down their play a little too much. SliderCon getting the confirm on Gunrama. No more callouts for you. Yeah, I'm talking to you, buddy. I don't know, he hasn't even really checked his tablet yet. I think he, no, he's only got 10 seconds. 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you lost, buddy. Too bad, so sad. Two is the scoreline for map 2, currently tied. Ember and Lords are still in it to win it. But if Ember start taking this map, Lords of War might find their backs against the wall in the last round. Very close match happening between Lords of War and Ember. For those of you just tuning in, Ember have taken map 1 4-2, and currently it is tied 2-2. We're just gonna hop into round 5 here. Let's see which one can start taking the victory here. If Ember can take this map, they win the series. This is crucial for them to be able to shut it down here and now if they want to. But Lords of War, on the other hand, are fighting. Captain saying, "This sucks." Me and Fitz are good pals. I gotta give him a little bit of a hard time. As I always do. Fitz is going to try to find Quoko right off the bat. He's not able to make a connect. They do trade as I try to get a better angle, which sucked. Aqua is actually waiting right there, so she probably heard that as well. But Fitz does get the better of that. He's only down, so a rotation from Aqua or someone else have you can get the res going, and it looks like the resident is beginning to think about it. Right now would not be the time, as you can see from the lasers. 2 members of Ember beginning to shut down her method of rotation. And the doctor cannot save herself. Situation terminal. All life is vacant. Use terms that she's not familiar with because she's a psychologist. Lightshaber finds Gunrama. This is looking really good for Ember to secure the map here, and Or to begin to secure the map. I thought they were on 3 points. They're not. They're on 2 points. But an 8-point counts, and Hailfire is able to find Esco. Only one member remaining. If Ember can somehow lure him out to get the cap, this can look really good. The last remaining member
Smoke tank courtyard.
on the offense is...
They're moving in.
Where is he at? Lumpy on the rooftop, which is not the place where you... No, I'm sorry. I do believe he's near the rooftop. Oh, there he is. But it doesn't matter. SliderCon will secure that. He hid for me for a second there. But no, he was right by the APC or by the APC wall. Got Hailfire. But SliderCon was able to clean that up. And give Ember the lead for the first time in this series. Ember, we're beginning to kind of slowly run away with this here. And we always talk about that mentality. How that can, really affect your game. This is the time for Lords of War to bring out the big guns if they got them. I'm not seeing any player rotations. I do know that both teams have people on standby in our chat. Oh! SliderCon actually just departed from us. I wonder if they're gonna bring in C-Max. Still waiting on one member of Ember to make it back into the lobby. Still have no word on what's going on, but currently Ember do only have 4 members in the lobby. SliderCon is now able to make it back into the lobby. Hopefully, we'll jump right back into the action here. Maybe a little bit of time for Hailfire to explain his master plan to SliderCon. Alrighty. Ember did have to trigger a round reset right before I could bring us into the scene, so hopefully everything's okay. And it does look like that milkman also had a drop as well, so interesting happenings. Bumped out my I'm going to take you to a intermission really quick. I'll bring you back out once the round begins. Welcome back. Round literally just... Oh! And... a lot of weird stuff happening. Another round reset was just triggered. The Lords of War had to trigger the reset this time around. I'm about to get a explanation in. Fitz is actually DMing me right now and saying ha ha ha. And it does seem that, once again, Milkman has dropped again. Maybe they forgot to use the intermission timer. We're still waiting. Actually, this time for real, we're gonna go over to the intermission while we wait for Milkman to get back in. I'll see you on the flip side. welcome back. We do have the 5th member of Ember. Rhymes. Look, I entertain myself on the smallest of things. Now, usually, whenever I see Ember play, whenever they get a guy back in, they do like to go over the entire plan. So, probably using up the rest of that timeout, precious timeout time that they have. They did use a 10-minute on this. And to get Milkman filled in on the whole strategy. Remember, Ember here are on match point and game point, for that matter. They can finish it off here in this map. They do have a very difficult one to defend. If you remember last time, we had the same objective, the tank court. And it's just a very open objective, so it's very hard to defend. You have to kind of spread your team out, which is not optimal, but Ember seems to be doing it anyway, so I imagine they have a kind of a game plan when it comes to this. We have been seeing Ember play much better on Volk than they have on Marsoc, but the fact that they were able to capture themselves a Marsoc round kind of steals the game. Alright, I have word that we will still be using a full timeout. So, because I'm going to throw us back to the intermission, we will be back here in my time, 10:35, which is 10:39. So we'll see you then. I'm sorry, that's 10:41 for you guys. So we'll see you around then. And welcome back from that intermission. Ember had to call a timeout in order to be able to get all their... I don't know if that's something... You see, there's a couple things going on here that confuse me. First of all, I am from Washington, D.C., and they do have a member on their team who's also from Washington, D.C., and the Washington Nationals are in the World Series, which is really cool. I don't follow baseball, but it is really cool to be in a city that's doing something like that. And also, there's also famous Lords of War cast where I verbally allowed said gonads after High Voltage did a very witty cap in order to secure themselves the map and the game. So could be either way there. Are still seeing a very slow push coming out from...
Yes.
Wow, actually there is a two-person push from Ember.
It's two down, two down, two down. We have two down. There's three left.
Two-person push from Ember on the north side in order to try to encircle them, but the Lords have completely called that play. And we see an M204 as well almost catch out another member of Ember, but Milkman could call himself lucky. More smoke's coming out here, but the Light Shaper is holding the line. But he might need to rotate here really soon as his view is a little bit impaired. If Lords of War can coordinate the flank, let's go find some Milkman. There's only two members left. Light Shaper is waiting for Fitz. Fitz is memorizing the code. He is in it to win it, but no. It makes him pay the ultimate price as the first member of the Lords of War go down. Everyone is focusing there. Light Shaper needs to rotate if he doesn't want to get caught out, but everyone is pointing his general direction. Dr. Aquafighter goes down as well to Slider Kong along the side there. We are now in a 2v3 situation. And Slider's got to be really careful. As Esco finishes him off, it is up to Light Shaper now to get himself a triple or wait for the time to run out, which has happened before to the Lords of War, but they're making sure that this does not happen again. Lumpy is making his turn at the objective here. Is he in capping range? I think he's in capping range. Lumpy is going for it. Light Shaper doesn't know. Light Shaper is making the rotation here. Will he catch him out? Oh, he does. He keeps Ember in and he's able to defend the cap, but he is not able to get the point. Lords of War will get their third point. A good just-in-time rotation from Lumpy. A just-in-time. And now it is 3-3 on the final round for map 2. Ember can take it all. They hold out for one more round here. All they have to do is just do very simple strategies against these people. When they try to do an elaborate flank around the north side, that did not work whatsoever. Matter of fact, it compromised the team. and gave up one of the 2 chances that they have to seal the deal. But now they're on the objective I would argue is a lot harder to cap. They're on the middle burning. We do know that Aqua really likes to hold that wall there and kind of peek through the cracks. She is a crack addict. How she got her doctorates? No. You gotta stay awake somehow to do all those papers, man. Just casually, whoops, I'm sorry, I almost forgot to turn off the overlay there, but we listened in for a bit onto what Esco was planning there for a second.
Moving from crater, they did spawn crater. I have confirmation crater spawn. Yeah, crater spawn. I couldn't tell.
And Slider is gonna get really ambitious here. He might find himself
Inside the building.
Slider's kind of testing it. Gunrama, I think, is gonna wait to peek. Or not. Slider Con is gonna be right there. Gunrama's gonna have a hard time getting that confirmation, but it is possible. I think Slider's showing a little bit of toe there. The promiscuous man he is. Oops. This is looking relatively good for Lords of War. They were able to get kind of a half a kill. First thing.
Either a res or a second guy. There's the in that east, by that east building.
Their kill count will be off now. They're not really sure if they got the first guy, which, well, they didn't. Lightshaber will be a very lucky man, as his friend here will cover his rotation, but a very nicely executed cross. Oh, we have some very Esco has 3 on him. About to give away his position. They trade. Hellfire's gonna have to peek in order to get confirmation about this kill. Currently, it is a 4v4 because of that trade. And Ember have the rooftop, which is extremely crucial for this objective. You get to see if anyone is flanking. You kind of have a command of the battlefield if you have rooftop safely. And Ember are also kind of taking the only fault of the rooftop, which is the plane wing as well. So they're beginning to lock this down really well. Lumpy is waiting for Slider to make his move right here. And Slider will actually win that duel, bringing it down to a 4v3, Ember's advantage. As Ember begin to position themselves all around this objective with only 3 members of the Lords remaining, with Fitz, Gunrama, and Aqua hanging around. Hailfire's gonna get a little peakish. He hears Fitz. Doesn't know where. But he is just across from that wall here. Finds that, immediately goes to the rotation back to cover in order to kind of secure himself. Hopefully no nades will come back to him. He's able to get around here with no opposition from Gun Rama, but now he'll have to deal with Aqua Fighter. Ooh, hopefully SliderCon here will come around to his aid and occupy her, or him, her. Hailfire is very aware of Aqua's positioning. Remember, they don't need caps here. Aqua Fighter. Ooh, he wasn't ready for that one. It is now a 2v2. This is a 2v2 for Embers for the taking. I remind you, Ember have already won map 1. If they can win this round here, they will win the game. It is up to the Light Shaper and one other who's on the other side of the map. I believe that is Milkman. Milkman will signal the aggression as he begins to move in very aggressively. Smoke's coming out here, but Aqua will see through the lies of the Jedi and bring it all down to Light Shaper. She's gonna make a rotation. Light Shaper's gonna catch him out. It is a 1v1 now. Gun Rama on a Light Shaper. Light Shaper's been doing pretty good, but Ember ran out of time, and Lords of War will take map 2. People are arguing that 6 minutes is too long. I say not. Very good match all the way through. We are waiting to see what our third map will be. The deciding round, nonetheless. And it will be Suburbia. I do believe that Fitz is going to try to rotate someone out for him. He did DM me saying that his glasses were fogging up a bit. It's nice to have a good rapport with the teams you are casting. They'll give you all the deets. The inside scoop. And they will be subbing in Hardo Tyler for Call Me Fit in this deciding round. I've always known the Lords of War to, well, possess, well, gonads, but this is a pretty ballsy move. Why you don't play VR with the glasses on, unless you have like a fan mod into it. Just not gonna lie. But the new index is like a little space that they put in front of there. They put in a USB slot. I'd imagine that'd be pretty easy to do now. I do think they have ventilation built into them. Unlike the old school Vive and Oculus, these things do have radiators on the front of them now. Allow airflow to kind of go through. No fans though, but at least it's an improvement. Well, just now I actually do realize that we don't really talk too much about hardware on the VRML. We kind of just take it for granted. Of course, we aren't like sponsored or anything by any major hardware companies aside from, you know, third-party companies like ProTube and VR Cover, but they don't make VR. They just make accessories. I think there's actually a lot to talk about in the realm of modding and like hardware modding and stuff like that, especially as this kind of is currently a bit of a niche gaming community expands with new products like the Quest coming out, and Onward itself going to be coming out onto the Quest, and the Vive Cosmos, and a whole bunch of different products that, like, a bunch of different companies that are jumping into this industry as we speak. So very interesting stuff's going to come along the way. We're going to bring you back into the action here on Suburbia. First round will be defending, or Lord Ember defending the burning building. That one, because someone left the oven on before they left. Amateurs. Gotta upgrade to an electric oven. This house has been burning for years ever since I've been playing this game, and no fire truck has ever come. Lumpy will actually be bringing the shield this time, one of my favorite things to use in this game. I think the shield mechanic actually brings a lot to this game, and I know a lot of people will disagree with me when I say it, but I think it actually makes the game a lot more fun to play, both fighting them and playing as one. I would highly suggest it for all teams to at least try to play it. He's currently using it as a method of just peeking. He's not, it doesn't look like he's intending to use weaponry with the shield as well, or use it as an offensive thing as well. Nade goes out, the shield doesn't go over, but it doesn't matter anyways. Aquafighter will almost team kill.
So sorry.
Second floor, side room.
Milkman getting Aqua, but Gunrama will get the refrag. Now down to a 4v4. Smokes are coming out, but it's the only one. It's not followed by any other one, so doesn't really signal a massive attack coming out. Hardo Tyler will pair up with Lumpy on the shield as Slider tries to take it on, but just that shield buddy system is working pretty well. Hailfire will take down Hardo Tyler, and Eska will take down Lightshaper as well. Hellfire will find Esco now. Where's all the actions happening over on the tank? Hellfire will go for this res, leaving Quokka mano a mano with a shield. And he does have a good loadout to take it on. Machine guns are actually really effective against the shield because then you can't really fire when being fired upon, but he doesn't care. He's going to toss a nade and take down Quokka as well, but I'm not seeing a flashlight on him, so unless he's using a laser to approach... Oh, he's going to try to flick it. This guy's old school. Gunrama will find Light Shaper. It is down to a single member of Ember, Hailfire, against... He's actually really pinned right now. He's got Gunrama along the side there. We should probably be focusing on first since the shield is actually backing from objective. Even though right now, in the current situation, the shield can probably just run up to objective and take it down. But Hailfire is not being aggressive enough on that shield. That is the key to battling a shield, is to be aggressive with it. If you can get in its face and flank it up close without getting shot upon, you can easily take down a shield person. That's the way how I, as a shield person, get taken down the most. There is shield, like the shield weight right now, there is actually a simulated weight that is associated with it that makes it almost lag. We call it shield lag. But if you start moving around on a shield, just trying to get it to open itself up, you can easily kill a shield person. Just using a gun. No fancy trickery. No utility. All you have to do is just kind of be able to work your way up or let the shield come to you. We are in a tie score line now. Lords of War 7-7. They Ember taking map 1 with the Lords taking map 2 due to a time default. And we are in the deciding round on Suburbia, one of my favorite deciding maps. We'll be jumping back into the action here for round, oh, excuse me, 2 on map 3. Free fire will come out from Esco. It won't find anybody. We will give them enough time to be able to kind of set up for this objective. As Ember actually kind of linger around at spawn.
Track play round, someone might have pushed up.
A nice airburst doesn't find purchase as no members of Lords of War Lord and Lordess of War have made their way up. Milkman is checking tablet as Hailfire going to make his way down. Milkman actually takes some fire from the doorway because it throws smoke. Quokka is beginning to make his way up. If anyone's equipped to kind of just rush objective, it would be Quokka. Lumpy is being very loud here. manages to catch out Quokka somehow. I don't even know how he wasn't heard. But Esco! Oh no!
I know, just shot a friendly.
Esco is able to get Milkman, and another member of the Lords of Aqua goes down to being on fire. Oh no. We're now down to a 1v1. Gunrama's gonna go for the res. Not sure where, but he is on the tank and he's peeking right now. Lightshaper will punish Gunrama. And he still has Quokka providing some call out. At least just the basic whereabouts of everybody. But it doesn't matter. Aqua will get Lords of War their second point. It was a very crazy round. Our next objective will be the tank itself. I think it's the most objective-like objective out of all of them. From a military standpoint, at least. I mean, if we think about it, the other one, like, the other major objectives that I know of is a truck, a house, a garage with a car in it. And another one with a car. These cars are pretty important, man. At least on this map. And then there's a bunch of like 2 stories on Downfall, which we won't be seeing today because it got banned. I don't know what the military importance of these cars are, but the tank, I can understand the military importance of. We're about to see how important it is to the Lords of War to recapture it from the evil forces of Ember. They're not evil. They're actually really nice, but just bear with me. The evil forces of Ember. Dun dun dun. Okay, that's enough messing around. Back to being serious. Smokes are coming out. Ember will take the middle house. Virtually unimpeded as Lords of War opt to go with a more spread approach. Lightshaper will immediately find Hardo Tyler. Aqua will have to go for the res. Very carefully, though, if Light is looking for it, but unfortunately he is not. And a nade! I don't know if it's a double, but it's a nice nade. And SliderCon will get the confirmation starting down that approach. Lords of War with only 2 members remaining. Look like they're about to try to take the middle house, but there are 2 members of Ember waiting for them. Esco's got to get really creative here. Let's fly through the window here. They are not in the greatest positioning for this kind of an attack, though. Normally we'd see, at least from Ember, from playing them, I would normally see one kind of on the balusters, one in that corner there, so they're kind of watching each other's back. Or actually, Esco might just abandon the idea, depending on how he approaches this. I think he still is going to try to go for the middle house. He just wants to make sure that he can safely do it without getting too much flack from those in the spawn house. He will find Lightshaper, but he will give away his position, and so obviously he wants to rotate out of that because That's just some bad vibes, man. If let's bring up the volume here. Esco is actually going to opt for an extremely far out. I can't get through this window. Oh, that's why, because that's not really a window. That's a part of a door. He's actually in lane 2, but Esco will find Hellfire. And once again, go over the rotation. Half the time has been used up with only 2 members of the Lords left. And no one's really making a decisive move toward objective aside from Gun Rama, who's kind of belly flopping his way there. Esco will once again attempt to take over the middle house, but that is a very tall order for him, even for a player of his caliber. We will take down 2 people who are both upstairs and be able to retain that. Oh, and it makes it a lot easier. Gun Rama is able to find Quokka. Milkman can toss a nade out. The opposite idea will come out, but it won't be executed properly. A little bit too much juice on that. Milkman will find Esco. Gun Ram will find Milkman, but SliderCon will get the final say in this. That middle house can cause a lot of problems for an approach onto this objective. And Ember had the right idea of sticking 2 people up in there. Just, they kind of peeked a little too much. And almost risked it there for a second. But luckily Slider was there to clean up just in time. Once again, we are back into a tie game situation. Scoreline is 8-8. Ember have taken 1 map. Lords of War have won themselves. And we are slugging it out in the 3rd map to decide who will be the winner of all that sweet late season MMR. Popping back in. We will have the same objective. This time the Lords of War will get the privilege of being the baddies. Look at these evil people. They even have a doctor on their side. It's truly the axis of evil. This goes pre-firing it like he always does. Not able to find any purchase just yet. We will see a very heavy lane 2 push coming out of this as Quokka actually finds Esco through the bushes. Very good pick. makes Ember's order a little bit easier. Fires pee through the bush. He probably won't be able to see Aqua because she is hunkered down. Just peeked a little bit. I don't know if Hailfire was able to see that though. He's now gone into a place where there is no. At least I don't think there is. Well, there was no bushes there. Put it that way. Nice airburst going off. Does not find exactly what it's looking for. We're going to onboard with Hardo for a little bit here. We are seeing something I just noticed. Ember has put a member along lane 4 there to watch for flanks happening. But I think their flanker, Esco, it's already been taken down, so probably won't be seeing a flank. Also, it'd be pretty bad to send a flanker when you're already down a man, so very risky maneuver at that. But Lords, ooh, I just bumped into an armored personnel carrier. Milkman might try to find a pick onto Hardo, and he does exactly that. Aqua knows that there's one member along lane 1. I do not know if she's ready to go out. She's chosen to actually go for C4 first to no avail. Ooh, if Milkman stared down those bushes though, he could have had a perfect opportunity to see if she was there. But now we are in a situation of who will peek first. And the oh no, Milkman taking out the tablet at the exact wrong time. That is unfortunate. 3-on-3 action going on here. We now begin to see the push for the middle house as Hailfire is able to find Lumpy. He somehow managed to get past. Oh, that's just Aqua. Hailfire now has the middle house, which is so crucial. It is only Aqua and I believe. Thought it was Gunrama, but Aqua's actually able to find Quokka. Hailfire knows exactly where she's at now. And is able to find Hailfire as well. Not the best rotation, but SliderCon, it is up to him to get themselves evened up here. Aqua is looking the wrong way. A perfect opportunity for him, but he is choosing to play it very slow. He does find her. Very nice pick. And Ember tie it up on map 3. Very good performance coming out of Ember there, just waiting for the picks to happen against the team that just really likes to hunker down in awkward positions, I should say. Our next objective will be probably my favorite objective of all time. It is the middle house. And Lords of War will be attacking first. No doubt about it. I'm pretty sure we're going to see some very aggressive gameplay coming out of them. Here's the question. Will any of them pre-fire? No pre-firing will happen. And Ember opt to put 3 members of the team upstairs. Wow, look at that. That is a defensive triangle. Now, the idea is that nobody peek anywhere. Hardo thinks he sees someone already, but he's checking the slide to see if anyone is downstairs. No one is there, of course. He's got to recognize that he has to move really soon. Still no result. He's making a lot of noise around Quokka, but Hailfire is actually going to take that kill from him. Quokka's probably just going to go for the confirmation, but he's got to be really careful here as Esco is kind of making his way around. Maybe he'll use his knife or just... Yeah, he will. It is 2-2 here. A cap can make all the difference between winning or losing for Lords of War, but right now it's not looking good as Quokka himself, and I completely forget to put the lasers on, finds Esco, and a nice air burst, just a little bit skewed. I think Quokka has been hit because he's not running particularly quick. 3v5 action going on here. One member still stuck in lane 2, whereas the other 2 have pushed up beyond lane 1 and are almost ready to get ambushed. Boca is just now kind of pre-firing through the fence because he has the availability to with that. Lumpy gets taken down by Hailfire, and SliderCon finds Gunrama. Lord of War only have 1 member remaining, and I do believe that is Aquafighter. And she has to take down in one fell swoop 3 people if she wants to get an objective, 4 if she just wants to get the kill. It's just not looking good on the maths. My maths are extremely basic, though. Decides to crash on a couch. Good. Gonna on board with her for a second. Tries to find one, but Milkman has other ideas. Ember will go up by 1 point. Now, Ember once again are on match point. The Lords of War, we're gonna have to slug it out for 2 more rounds if they want any chance of trying to take the map and the game. But they've been in this situation before, and they got really lucky last time that this happened, that Ember decided to play it extremely slow. That they ran the time. I'm very interested in seeing how Lords of War choose to approach this. I'm sorry, how Ember choose to approach this objective. Profanity coming out. Spirits are high, even though they are back against the wall. The perfect mentality. Lords of War will also be putting 3 people up into the middle house, 2 kind of skewed about. Actually, they're only have 2 upstairs, 1 downstairs. Esco will be running Roamer. We use Rainbow Six Siege terminology here. And Lightshaper's going to be using this cheeky kind of map-based shield here. See what he can see. Oh, I haven't been using the round things, by the way. So we are in round 6. Yeah. My apologies. In case y'all lost track. And Ember have used 1 minute and 15 seconds of their time so far. They've made good progress. Make sure that they don't lose to another map. Time again. Book is going to start actually begin to make his way in, but will he see Esco, who's just has a really nice angle on that doorway? I think the best option you have is just throw a nade in and hope for the best. Maybe give it a little bit of deflection off that wall. Or, and the positioning here is actually really good. You could try to go around and do what Quokka's doing, but to do that, you're going to have to go exactly where Gunrama is, and that is just not going to work, as Quokka's going to find out just here in a second once he peeks up a bit. I do believe a nade is about to come out. Oh no! Oh no, Aqua died in a serious misfortune. As Lords of War are only down to 1 member left. Quokka is gonna get the confirm. It is now only Lumpy left. And there are 4 members of Ember left up if they don't team kill themselves, which they seem to be doing anyways. Out of pity. A lot of things have gone wrong here. Oh no. Things have basically been evened out. 1 member of the Lords is resible, but Lumpy cannot rotate off of objective. He is effectively on his own with some help. But the person who has to worry about the most right now is Milkman, who's beginning to make his way on there with no other help whatsoever. He is not waiting for Lightshaper to make his way also to the room in order to create a 1-2 push up those stairways. At least until he just wants to get really close. Oh, he's making his approach now. Let's see what Lumpy's up to. Okay, so he's watching this angle right here, which is a really hard one, but Milkman might get... Milkman got right past it. Lumpy's only watching the staircase itself. He's not looking in this gap here. And you can easily catch people out on a trade at least. But it's such a hard angle to counter. And it's actually really effective, especially since you got these poles, these balusters right here, which, by the way, are bulletproof. Because I don't know what they make these houses out of, but whoever contracted this is crazy. Nicely, kind of nicely placed smoke. Slider, everyone is getting into a really good position for this. There's, as the final push here, will Ember be able to get the 4th point and win the game? They are very well set up here, unless Lumpy could pull out some of that Lords of War magic. Milkman begins his push up. He knows exactly where Lumpy is, but Lumpy gets the kill. Slider oh no! Lightshaber, it's down to a 1v1 now because of that team kill. We are now in serious battle here. They trade, and the Lords of War win on the trade. Everyone needs to calm down a little bit. Calm down. A, stop setting yourself on fire. B, don't kill your teammate. C, don't kill your teammate. That should not have happened. Ember should have that point 100%. But that team kill right at the end just sealed the deal. And the Lords of War are very lucky to say that they are still in this, to be able to win this. The next objective might fit Ember. It is the white car one. Given the fact that we've seen Ember spread out, might not. Ooh, it's too close for me to call any predictions here. Ay ay ay. We are in round 7 now of map 3. In a deciding round, a winner of this round takes all. Two members up to a very opened up to objective. Hailfire will go up to the Humvee. Actually, beyond that, he's going to go to the burning truck, which is still on fire as well, and all that petroleum in it. Pre-fire coming out. Gunrama downed himself off of a nade, a failed nade. It's Quokka is trying to battle this bus here, the battle bus per se, and he does find Hardo. Lords of War already down to 2 off of botched nades. It is Lumpy and his shield, which he doesn't even have the best loadout because he doesn't have a flashlight on that shield. He might be able to counter this flanker here, but he is one of 2 people left. It's only him and Aqua. And I can show you when I turn the lasers off that, well, let's see. See, he's not running his night vision. He does have some kind of an attachment underneath that pistol, but he is not using it. he's using a night loadout in a day map, which just isn't going to work that well. Let's actually take a perspective from Lumpy. What he's doing is he's sighting it in, and right, he likes to flick it. Which is a very dangerous method now that you can't use the shield as effectively in that sense anymore. Aqua, what she should be doing is she should be letting Lumpy take the fire and then go around for the flank, but she's choosing to actually regroup and centralize the fire. Just realized that they couldn't attack that lane with an LMG right there. Too many crazy moves coming out here. He's got to be careful. Aqua caught off a little bit off guard, and the res will not be available. It is up to the shield guy to keep it in, as Ember are still 5 strong. Ditches the shield as Lumpy actually looted off of Aqua. And Ember's defense is still 5 strong. We're looking at a potential perfect round to finish it off. Just making sure one more time my overlay isn't up. Yeah, it's not up. We're good. We are good to go. It's either cap or nuttin' right now, because Lumpy's gonna have to team wipe if he wants to take it with the kills. But he is running out of time here. He's already used up half his time. 2 minutes 40 remaining. He's opting for that lane 2 approach. I think one failed nade actually blew up both teammates. Keep in mind, the angles here just don't match up with the positioning of Ember. So that's why I'm suggesting that a series of failed nades have put Lumpy in this very precarious position. Hailfire is going to see Lumpy right here. Kind of sneak on by. Now, my kind of personal rule of shields, where Lumpy was in lane 4 before, was a better place to be with the shield than where he is now. Because the last thing you want when you're playing as a shield is to be pinched, meaning have 2 players on either side, because you have to focus on one of them. You can't defend yourself from both. What he's doing is the right course of action now, somewhat. And he will be in a better spot to attack Kolka because it is a lot closer range, but he has to take out that shield first. And he is pointing the wrong direction from Kolka here. And Ember take the game. A very, very good match from both teams here. Always fun to see a game go to the last round of the last map. And congratulations to Ember for winning the last round, even though there was a lot of things that went wrong on both sides. But very good games all together. Anyways, without further ado, my name is TFH, or Todd. You have been tuned into Onward Master League. If you are interested in joining the Master League, obviously the bot has the better website than I do, but we have a website for that, and you can create a team, join a team, or just join any game that has single player, like, I don't know, Final Assault. Hint, hint. I'll have the bot do that work for me. But anyways, We are sponsored by VR Cover and ProTube VR. ProTube I can certify for a fact that is league used all the time in VR Cover. They have some great products for VR comfort, like headset straps and whatnot. And with that note, my name is TFH. Watch your dates and have a good night.